For the third time this year, Governor Laura Kelly has vetoed a proposal for broad tax cuts, setting up an election year special session sometime soon. The plans included cutting income, sales, and property taxes by a total of $1.45 billion or more over the next 3 years. The Manhattan delegation shared thoughts on the discussion of tax reform at a Thursday forum, which was hosted by the Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce. State Senator Yusha Reddy says the fundamental disagreement on the bipartisan tax plan has been the income tax brackets.
We've reduced it to one bracket. That didn't go over very well. Then it went to the two, and that didn't go over very well. But the three-tiered one, I think we're going to come to a consensus.
51st District State Representative Kenny Titus says he's less than optimistic.
Plans are affordable. The governor vetoed the first one. She said it's not affordable. We come back, we trim off something like $130 million off of that. Another bipartisan plan. Still not exactly what the governor said she wants, so she won't approve it. So in that sense, I don't know how much more compromise she's expecting, and I'm less optimistic than Senator Reddy that we'll ultimately get something that she can approve.
Governor Kelly said Thursday she will announce plans next week for a special session. Tuition appears to be on the rise again at Kansas higher education institutions. The Board of Regents Wednesday heard proposals from all 6 four-year universities for 2025, including Kansas State, which is proposing a 2.8% hike, amounting to roughly $139 per semester. This after last year's increase of 5%. President Richard Linton says doing so would generate about $5.5 million in additional revenue across all campuses.
Over the last 5 years prior to this year, the cost per student per credit hour has only had one increase, and that was last year with a 5% increase. So if you take the 5 years collectively, it's a 1% increase each year over the last several years at a rate of about 1/3 of where inflationary increases have occurred.
Linton says applications are up, and the university expects an increase in student enrollment this fall. Delays with the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, haven't given university officials, though, any concrete numbers yet to project what that will look like.
And so we are conservatively budgeting for a 2% increase in students, but we're expecting the number to be higher than that. In addition to what we're requesting, we're also going to be taking between a 1% to 2% across the board budget reduction in order to be able to balance the budget.
Elsewhere, the University of Kansas is proposing a 3.5% tuition increase. The remaining tuition hikes range from 3.5% at Pittsburgh State to as high as 6% at Fort Hays State. Regents plan to consider those requests at their June meeting. Riley County Police are investigating after a Manhattan man was arrested on a host of drug-related offenses early Thursday morning. The arrest report shows that 29-year-old Michael Lewis has been charged with 3 alleged counts of distribution with heroin and other opiates, as well as a charge of fleeing and eluding. RCPD says the investigation into his arrest began late Wednesday night. His bond was set at $85,000. Further details surrounding the arrest are pending from the police department. Manhattan residents were treated yesterday with perfect weather for the 2024 kickoff to Third Thursdays in downtown Manhattan. News Radio KMAN's Peter Rice has more on that.
The event featured an interactive window mural of Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night on the 4th Street window, as well as watercolor art, pottery, wood turning, henna tattoos, and many kids' activities. Terry Ripple is a professional potter who has been attending Third Thursday since the event began. He says he fell in love with pottery after taking a ceramics class at K-State back in 1980.
Signed up for a ceramics course in the fall, and it took all that nervous mental energy and the physical energy, and I was able to channel all that into pottery, and I found out I really liked making things.
Downtown Manhattan event manager Heather Nisdell detailed the importance that the event brings to the community.
Just being out and about in your own community, and there being something for everyone here. There's everything from things for kids to adults. I hope everyone interacts with the people that have interactive vendors and booths around.
The next event is June 20th, where the theme is Summerfest.
The Manhattan Area Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a military relations luncheon later today at the K-State Student Union with guest speaker Tony Grinston, who's the new CEO of Army Emergency Relief.
We help soldiers and families when they're in need of an emergency. As an example, if we have an emergency travel and a soldier has a death in the family and they need to get back, we help them out. We give them 50% of the money would be kind of a loan, and the other 50% is going to be a grant. So we just want them to get home to take care of their families.
That monthly luncheon will take place from 11:30 to 1 today. Groundbreaking for the final piece of the K-State College of Agriculture's multi-million-dollar infrastructure improvements will take place this afternoon. Dean Ernie Minton says the Global Center for Grain and Food Innovation is the largest of these projects and will be located on the site of where Weber Hall now stands.
It's almost unbelievable to see that we've gotten to the point there's construction fence around actually separating Call and Weber Hall. The windows are out of Weber Arena. It's getting ready to come down. And so we're underway, and then we're excited about the groundbreaking ceremony.
Other projects have included a new Agronomy Research and Innovation Center. The university also broke ground in December on a new Animal Sciences arena. Senator Roger Marshall will be among those who speak today at the ceremony, which begins at 2:30 near Weber Hall.